guys, welcome back to the channel once again, and today we're gonna be talking about the plugins. So in the previous video I shown you, like, I given you some introduction about the plugins, how we can add it and how all the things work into that. Like if you have to separate out the block elements and put it into the selectors, like a block selector, like over here. So you can see right now it's empty, there's no any block categories and no block elements are loading, but we're gonna be adding it over here, and we're gonna be looking at all the blocks on the basis of categories, their categories. So we're gonna be creating one plugin for that. Okay, so it's gonna be differentiating your all the blocks and related categories over there. So let's go into the documentation first, and I was showing you that in the last video. So I given you brief about these things over here, so you can create your separate plugin, and it will always, whenever you pass this plugin name into your Grapejs config, so it will pass the editor instance into that, and after that you can use that editor instance to add the block manager like this way. Okay, so that's how you can add it, but there are some other ways also, like some other configuration as well, that you can use to make your code little like wider, and you can add multiple plugins and code won't look like robust and all the things. Okay, so that's we're gonna be do today. So let's get started. Let's go over here and let me just open the code. So this is my repository, custom Grapejs builder. I hope it's already shared on the GitHub, and if it isn't shared, so I will share it this time, and I will add it over there, and you can guys like avail this repo from there and you can use it. Okay, so let's get started, and let me just create one. So you see I have already created few plugins over here. So this is my older plugins, but I'm not gonna use those. You can see over here I have already commented all the plugin names. So let me just find out, Control F. Okay, so you see the plugins and plugins option, all the things I have commented out over here, and I was using only two plugins over here from the Grapejs default. It comes like code editor and export code. You can also, if you want to include this plugin, so you can include it from here. So if you go into the Grapejs, okay, so over here you can go and just scroll down more, and where I show you in the last video, so you can see all these things are plugins. So it will, in all these plugins, these are the separate repo from the Grapejs. You can just download these repos, and you can just build those repos. So you will get one minified file. That minified file you can include it over here in any folder and just import those minified file like this one. So you will get min.js file, okay, which means minified.js, and you can include this file like this way, and you can include the plugin over here, okay, like this way, like this way. Okay, so that's how you can include it. So let me create one folder over here, plugin.js. okay, and we're gonna be creating multiple plugins over here. So first let me create export cons, okay, plugin 1, and this is gonna be arrow function. Inside this plugin 1 we're going to be passing the editor and some options over here. Default we will make it empty. Okay, that's it, and let's import this plugin over there into this Grapejs config. So over here let's import plugin 1. So it's gonna be imported. Let's include this plugin over here. Okay, plugins on this is okay. Now what we need to do, just go over here and copy this code from here. So just for the starting I'm just showing with this one, and like after this one we're gonna be moving to the further implementation. Okay, so let's suppose I have added it over here like this way. Okay, and now just go here into the builder and reload this one. So you see my simple block is coming over here. So over here you see the label is simple block, and content is, this is simple block. So if I drag it from here to here, so you see this content is coming, and also the styling and everything is coming over here like this way. And I just want to make the category into this, like it should go in this category. So just make the category equals to default, okay, and it's gonna be come under that category now. So you see this is default category is coming, and after that you can see the simple block is coming. So this is how you can categorize. Okay, let me add one more. This is my first block, and just let me add another block, my first block, my second block. Make sure this name should not be similar, because whenever you are adding one block, so all the blocks should be differentiated by this ID, because this is the major thing that you need to take care of. otherwise if it's gonna be matched, so it's gonna be problematic. It will load only one simple block. To go over here and reload it and go, so you see the two blocks are coming right now. Okay, and if I copy this one, so same content exists over here, so that's why the same content is coming. Apart from this one, there is one another way that you can use that. Okay, just create one function over here, and load components. Okay, load component. Inside this you just pass the options. Okay, and editor comma options. Okay, and into this one you just go over here and copy all this thing, control X, and load components, and over here you can pass it like this way, and just use the load components over here and just put it like this way, editor comma ops. So you created your plugin, and you can move this code to separate file over here. You can create another file, and inside that you can move this code, so still all the things gonna be coming over here. So you see this default is coming and this block is coming. Okay, apart from, so into this one as well, so you can create some blocks. Let's suppose you want to create the label. Okay, and into that label, so just create it like this way, cons label. Okay, and over here you can create multiple labels. So labels gonna be, let's suppose, block 1. So I'm just going to create block 1 equals to true. Okay, block 2 equals to true. Okay, and category, cons categories. Okay, so categories also, and inside the categories you can define the multiple categories. So category 1, and inside that one you can do category 1 name category 1. Okay, same you can do it over here, just category 2. Okay, that's it. So this is your default label. These are labels, category labels, categories you have defined it. Now what you need to do, just create the option. So ops equals to, just pass it labels to labels comma categories equals to categories. Okay, so this is how you can pass it over here, and those options are getting passed into this one. Now what you can do, come over here and you can check it. Okay, so just destructure it over here, cons labels comma categories. Okay, like this way, options. And now what you have to do, just search it, labels. If you want to add this block, let's suppose you want to add the block 1. Okay, so you just need to put the name over here, block 1, and you need to check it, this block is true or not over here. If it is, you will make it false, so it should not add it, it should not get added, but code should exist. So this is kind of like, if you want to pass the configuration from your database or something, which block you want to show to the user, which you doesn't want to show, so it depends on you. So that's kind of configuration we are doing over here. Okay, so now what we will do, so just labels, and this is, let me tell you, this is a kind of optional chaining. Let's suppose if you want to check some keys inside objects that exist or not, so that's how you can put the optional chaining. If it is undefined, so it won't break your UI. Okay, so otherwise if I pass it like this, so it will break the UI, because that value, if doesn't exist over there, so it's gonna break the UI and it will throw you the error, uncaught type error or something. Okay, so make sure with the newly React version you can use this one, optional chaining, and after that you can check your block 1. Okay, inside the block 1 you can put it like this way, and if your block 1 is true, then your block 1 gonna be added. Okay, now categories, you can just define it over here, categories, category 1. That's it, that's how you can define it. Okay, so you can define the label name as well, like let's suppose this is for the labels true and false. Also same kind of label name, you can do the labeling over here, like this one. You can create another object and you can put the label name, and that labels also you can pass into the config and you can import it. You can use those labels over here, so you don't need to use it block 1 in the raw string over here. That will also come from here, from the config, and you can add it over here. Okay, same we're gonna do for this second block as well. If labels dot block 2, and inside that one just put this one. So if your block 2 is true, then it's gonna be added into the plugin, otherwise it won't. Okay, and that's it, I think. And over here you need to assign the category to Control C, and just category to Control V. Let's see it's working or not. Okay, so we have the category 1 now, and you can see both the things are going into the category 1. Why? because we have category 2, so category 1, so we are using the category 1 over here. So let's suppose if we use the 2, so it should be creating the two categories over here. You see the two categories are coming, 1 2, so both are having the different blocks into that. Let me change the block address over here as well. This is my simple block 1 and this is my simple block 2. Okay, so you can add whatever the HTML part you want to add over here, like a whole HTML block over here. So let's suppose I want to copy some blocks from the tailwind UI, tailwind css components. Okay, go over here. Okay, let's copy some free components dashboard. If they provide me the code, HTML code, so if I want to copy this whole code, so just copy it, just go over here and into this first block, just go and like it this way. You can paste the block whole. I think there's some issue because the already this kind of syntax is added. Control D, Control D. So let me remove it. I think now it will work fine. Yeah, so that single backticks was already added, so that's why it was working. Now let me reload this one, and category 1, if I block drag it, so you see this UI is coming. So CSS is not loading because I haven't included the tailwind UI script over here from here, so I need to include that one for loading into my this Grapejs template. So let me just copy the script from the tailwind over here. You need to use it, so go for the play with CDN, just copy this CDN part over here, Control C, and I think this is the only one, right? Yeah, go over here into the with Grapejs config and go at the down below. So what was that? It was included in script. Okay, so we need to include the script over here. So you see this is script, so just copy it, paste it over here. So you can also include it, so this comes into the Grapejs config. So if you want to include it like this way, so you can use storage manager. Inside that you can, all the things comes into the storage manager. Okay, so that's how you can do it. So it's not a big deal. So you can find all the things over here into the Grapejs documentation. Let me just reload it. Let's go the category 1, and if I drag it, so you see this dashboard is coming over here. All the things are coming as it is, how it looks like into the tailwind. Okay, so you see that's how you can design your component. So you don't need to do any hard work for that. Just copy the component from the tailwind and copy the script over here, and that's it. You just need to just and you can also make the changes of the styling over here from here as well. So let's suppose you want to change the background, so you just go over here, the background color, not from your background color, so you just go over here and you can change the background color from here. Okay, so currently it's not reflecting over here because this, I think the tailwind CSS not getting overridden, so that's why it's throwing some error. But yeah, so it's gonna work. So need to have a look like why the tailwind CSS is not overriding the CSS. That's the only issue. The color is getting changed. Okay, so okay, and you can change the color of this one as well. So you see, let's suppose this link color you want to change. So this error is coming from somewhere, so let me just figure this out to get with Grapejs. Line number 105. So let's go over here, Control F, 05 over here. Let's put this optional chaining. Okay, now if you want to change the color of this one, so let's change this. So background color would be red, so you can change it like this way. Okay, and you can click on save and you can save. So this is the easy thing, and this is how your temp builder looks like. So there's not any much like issue with this. It's very easy and easy to build. So this is the block category that I was adding, and it's very simple and easy to add it. Okay, and this is the code for this one. Let me just go over there into this plugin. So this is the code. Okay, if I minimize this one, So you see, so that's how you can add multiple blocks. So you can separate these things into the multiple files as well. Like you can create the block 1 file, block 2 file, block 3 files. Those block files you can include on the load components and pass the editor and options into that function, and this load component function you can include it over here. So as much as like components file you can create it, you are creating, so you can just include those functions over here into this plugin one, and it's gonna be loaded over as it is. Okay, so Grapejs will automatically pick it because you are binding those details with the editor instance. Okay, so editor is adding into your the block manager, and it's gonna be automatically added. So it's the Grapejs automatically gonna read this script because everything is connected to editor instance. Okay, so that's how it is works. So there's no any kind of big deal into this, so writing the plugin. So but this is how you can exactly write it. So this is the only way, like for making the configuration. If you want to bind these things, this plugin part, if you want to bind this plugin part with your database integration, like let's suppose your data is coming from the backend, and that those details, like let's suppose if I make it false over here. Okay, so my this label not gonna be added into my into the builder. Okay, so let me just reload it. Now the only one category is coming because the another one is removed because I this block one is not true. So that config you can also pass it from here, and you can load it over here, so it's gonna be automatically false. So I hope you guys understood something from this video, and let me know if you have any issues with that, so I'll figure it out and I'll try to help you guys. But this is the way only to write the code for the Grapejs. Okay, and inside that you can write the script as well. So this is only for the block manager. If you want to add the multiple components into your Grapejs builder and you wanna use it. Okay, so that's it. So thank you so much guys, thank you for watching. I'll meet you in the next video. So next I'm just going to, I'm thinking about to create a new series on the Grapejs one. So I will start it from like all from the beginning and from the scratch, and go by the one by one, like component js traits and all the things I will cover into that one. So all the guys will be able to understand properly like how this Grapejs configuration works, because still I'm getting the comment like people are asking for the repo which I'm not like I'm not able to share. So that's the thing. So I will make you understand guys from top, like from start to end, and you would be able to write all the logic by yourself. Okay, so thank you so much guys, thank you for watching. I'll meet you in the next video.